I'm about to show you something that's going to make you question every expensive phone purchase you've ever made. While Apple is charging you over $1,000 for their latest iPhone and Samsung wants your firstborn child for their Galaxy S series, there are 5 phones out there that deliver 90% of the flagship experience for less than $300. Some of these budget beasts even outperform those premium phones if you choose the smart options that I'm going to reveal in the next minutes. I've spent weeks looking at phones, diving deep into user reviews and comparing them against the big boys. And what I found is shocking. We're talking about phones with flagship processors, stunning displays, cameras that rival $1,000 devices, and battery life that puts expensive phones to shame. They do have some downsides though, which we'll go over together. Before we dive in, make sure to check the links in the description for the best deals and discounts on all these phones mentioned in this video. Alright, let's start with our number 5 pick. And even this worst phone on our list is going to blow your mind with what it offers for the price. Coming in at just $170 to $200, the Xiaomi Redmi 13 5G is proof that you don't need to break the bank for a solid smartphone experience. This phone packs a massive 6.79-inch display with 120Hz refresh rate. That's the same smooth scrolling you get on phones costing 3 times as much. The resolution hits 1080 by 2460 pixels, giving you crisp, clear visuals for everything from social media to streaming videos. Under the hood, you're getting the Qualcomm Snapdragon 4 Gen 2 AE processor paired with up to 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage that you can expand with a microSD card. Meanwhile, Apple charges you $100 extra just to go from 128GB to 256GB, like they're selling digital real estate in Manhattan. The 5G connectivity means you're future-proofed for faster networks, and that massive 5030 mAh battery will easily push you through a full day of heavy use. What blew me away was that 108 megapixel main camera. 108! What? I know, megapixels aren't everything, but this sensor can capture some surprisingly detailed shots. The phone also includes a 2-megapixel macro camera for close-up shots and a 13-megapixel front-facing camera for selfies. The build quality is surprisingly solid with Gorilla Glass 3 protection on the front and a glass back that gives it a premium feel. You're getting IP53 dust and splash resistance, which isn't full waterproofing but will protect against everyday accidents. Here's my honest take for this phone. The IPS LCD display lacks the vibrant colors and the deep blacks of AMOLED screens. The camera needs manual tweaking to get good results, and the charging system has some bugs. You're also only getting 2 Android updates instead of the longer support on pricier phones. Still, for under $200, you're getting 5G, a large smooth display, decent performance for daily tasks, and a camera that can surprise you. It's the perfect phone for someone who wants modern features and doesn't care if the Chinese government is spying on them. Let's move on to our next phone, and here things get really interesting. I'm about to share something that might change how you think about smartphone value forever. The Samsung Galaxy A16 5G at just $199 delivers 90% of what you'd get from Samsung's $299 A26 5G. Let me explain why this might be the smartest phone purchase you can make right now. You're getting a gorgeous 6.7-inch Super AMOLED display with 90Hz refresh rate and 800 nits of brightness. This is the same display technology Samsung uses in their flagship phones. Those deep blacks, vibrant colors, and excellent outdoor visibility that makes Samsung displays legendary. The resolution of 1080 by 2340 pixels ensures everything looks crisp and detailed. The camera setup includes a 50-megapixel main sensor, 5-megapixel ultra-wide for those group shots and landscapes, and a 2-megapixel macro camera for close-up details. The 13-megapixel front camera handles selfies and video calls with ease. While it doesn't have optical image stabilization like pricier phones, the image processing is solid and you'll get consistently good photos in most lighting conditions. Performance comes from either the Exynos 1330 or MediaTek Dimensity 6300 processor, depending on your region, paired with options for 4GB, 6GB, or 8GB of RAM. Here's my advice. Skip the 4GB variant and go for at least 6GB if you want smooth multitasking. The 5000 mAh battery easily gets you through a full day, and Samsung's 25-watt fast charging gets you back up and running quickly.
But here's what makes this phone special. Samsung is promising 6 major Android updates. 6! That means this $199 phone will be getting new Android versions until 2030. That's longer support than most marriages last these days. The build quality features a glass front with a plastic back and frame, which keeps costs down while still feeling solid in hand. You get IP54 dust and splash resistance, and the side-mounted fingerprint sensor is fast and reliable. The compromises are straightforward. 90Hz instead of 120Hz refresh rate, plastic build, no optical image stabilization, and the 4GB RAM variant struggles with multitasking. The virtual proximity sensor can also be finicky during calls. What makes this phone brilliant is the value proposition. You're getting Samsung's reliable software experience, that gorgeous AMOLED display, solid performance, and 6 years of updates for just $199. It proves you don't need to spend premium dollars to get premium features. Now, if you like the video so far, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for weekly, honest tech reviews of the latest gadgets that matter to you the most. At number 3, we have the POCO X6 Pro, the performance beast. If you're a gamer or power user who refuses to compromise on performance, the POCO X6 Pro at $246 is going to make you forget about expensive gaming phones. This thing is an absolute monster. The MediaTek Dimensity 8300 Ultra processor delivers performance that rivals chips found in phones costing twice as much. Paired with either 8GB or 12GB of RAM and up to 512GB of UFS 4.0 storage, this thing handles demanding games like Genshin Impact and Call of Duty Mobile without breaking a sweat. The 6.67-inch AMOLED display is absolutely stunning with 120Hz refresh rate, Dolby Vision, and HDR10+ support. But here's what sets it apart. That incredible 1800 nits peak brightness makes it easily visible even in direct sunlight. The resolution of 1220 by 2712 pixels is actually higher than many flagship phones, giving you incredibly sharp text and images. Where this phone really shines is in charging speed. We're talking 67-watt fast charging that takes your phone from 0 to 100% in just 45 minutes. That's faster than most flagship phones, including iPhones that still crawl along with their pathetic charging speeds. The 5000 mAh battery provides solid all-day life, and when you do need to charge, you're back to full power before you finish your coffee. The camera system features a 64-megapixel main sensor with optical image stabilization, 8-megapixel ultra-wide, and 2-megapixel macro camera. The 16-megapixel front camera handles selfies and video calls well. While not the best camera system on this list, it's definitely capable of taking great photos when the lighting is right, and that OIS helps with video stabilization. The build quality includes Gorilla Glass 5 protection on the front and IP54 dust and splash resistance. You're getting a premium feel with attention to detail that rivals much more expensive phones. Here's the main downside. This phone gets uncomfortably hot during intensive gaming and heavy multitasking, which causes performance throttling and faster battery drain. There's no expandable storage, and HyperOS can still be buggy at times. Despite the heating issues, if you prioritize raw performance and fast charging, the POCO X6 Pro delivers flagship performance at a fraction of the cost.
Now we're getting into serious flagship territory, and I'm about to blow your mind with what Google has managed to pack into a $299 phone. The Pixel 8a is essentially Google's flagship Pixel 8 with a few compromises. This phone runs the exact same Google Tensor G3 Nona-core processor as the $1,000 Pixel 8. Let that sink in. You're getting the same brain that powers Google's premium phone for less than a third of the price. It's like finding out the fancy restaurant's premium burger uses the same meat as the food truck outside. The 6.1-inch OLED display with
120Hz refresh rate and 2000 nits peak brightness is absolutely gorgeous. The colors are accurate, blacks are deep, and the brightness means you can use this phone comfortably even in bright sunlight. The resolution of 1080 by 2400 pixels ensures everything looks crisp, and the 120Hz refresh rate makes scrolling and animations buttery smooth. But the real magic happens with the cameras, and this is where the Pixel 8a truly shines. The 64 megapixel main camera with optical image stabilization and 13 megapixel ultra-wide produce photos that rival phones costing twice as much. Google's computational photography is unmatched. It makes your photos look professional, whether you're taking nighttime photos or random shots of your lunch. The front-facing 13 megapixel ultra-wide camera is perfect for group selfies and video calls, and it can record 4K video at 30 frames per second. The main camera system can shoot 4K at both 30 and 60 frames per second with excellent stabilization. Here's the best part. Google promises 7 years of Android updates. 7 years. Your $299 phone will be getting new Android versions until 2031. That's longer support than most people keep their phones. The phone also comes with IP67 water resistance, which means it can survive being submerged in water for 30 minutes. You get wireless charging, reverse wireless charging for your earbuds, and all the Google AI features you'd expect from a premium device, including Circle to Search and Live Translate. The build quality features Gorilla Glass 3 protection, an aluminum frame, and while the back is plastic, it feels premium and is more durable than glass. The under-display fingerprint sensor is fast and reliable. The main downsides are overheating during video recording, painfully slow 18-watt charging that takes over an hour, and the smaller 6.1-inch display might feel cramped. The plastic back also doesn't feel as premium as glass. Despite these issues, the camera quality and software experience are exceptional. The photos you'll get from this phone look stunning, and the clean Android experience with guaranteed updates makes it a smart long-term investment.
And here we have it, the phone that's going to make you question why anyone spends over $1,000 on a smartphone. The CMF Phone 2 Pro at just $279 is not just the best budget phone of 2025, it's one of the best phones period, regardless of price. This phone is absolutely loaded with premium features that put expensive flagships to shame. The 6.77-inch AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate and an incredible 3000 nits peak brightness is brighter than most flagship phones. We're talking about a display that supports 1 billion colors, HDR10+, and delivers stunning visuals. The MediaTek Dimensity 7300 Pro processor delivers flagship-level performance while maintaining excellent power efficiency. Paired with 8GB of RAM and options for 128GB or 256GB of storage that you can expand with a microSD card, this phone handles everything from intensive gaming to heavy multitasking without breaking a sweat. But here's where it gets absolutely crazy. This phone has a triple camera system that includes a 50 megapixel main camera, 50 megapixel telephoto camera with 2x optical zoom, and 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera. The 16 megapixel front-facing camera captures excellent selfies and handles video calls with ease. The camera system supports 4K video recording with gyro EIS stabilization, and the image quality is consistently good across all 3 lenses. The design is absolutely stunning, with a unique modular back cover system that lets you customize the look of your phone. The build quality feels like a phone costing twice as much, with premium materials and attention to detail that rivals flagship devices. You get Panda Glass protection on the front and IP54 dust and splash resistance. The 5000 mAh battery easily provides 1 to 2 days of use depending on your usage patterns, and the 33-watt fast charging gets you back to full power quickly. You even get 5-watt reverse charging, so you can charge your wireless earbuds or other devices using your phone. The software experience with Nothing OS 3.2 is clean, smooth, and gets regular updates. It's based on Android 15 and offers a unique, minimalist interface that's both beautiful and functional. You're getting 3 major Android updates, which isn't as long as Samsung or Google, but the software is so well optimized that it doesn't feel like a compromise. The downsides are minimal. IP54 water resistance instead of full IP67 protection, the modular back cover isn't actually user replaceable, and no charger in the box, which is a real bummer. What makes this phone special is the complete package. You're getting premium design, flagship features, solid performance, and a unique user experience that stands out from the crowd. The telephoto camera, bright display, fast charging, and premium build quality make it feel like a phone that should cost much more. Before we wrap up, I need to mention one more phone that deserves your attention: the OnePlus Nord N35G at $229. This phone might not have made our top 5, but it excels in one crucial area that many people prioritize above everything else: battery life. The Nord N30 packs a 5000 mAh battery that consistently delivers 2 to 3 days of use with 8+ hours of screen on time. That's exceptional battery life that puts many flagship phones to shame. The 50-watt fast charging gets you back to full power quickly when you do need to charge. You're getting a large 6.72-inch IPS LCD display with 120Hz refresh rate. The Snapdragon 6955G processor with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage that you can expand with a microSD card. The 108-megapixel main camera produces decent photos, especially if you install Google Camera for better processing. The main compromises are the older Android 13 with limited update support, IPS LCD instead of AMOLED, plastic build, and some users have reported issues with the Android 14 update causing overheating. If battery life is your top priority and you want a phone that can easily last multiple days, the Nord N35G is worth considering as a cheaper alternative to our top picks. You've got 5 incredible options here covering different priorities. The CMF Phone 2 Pro delivers overall excellence with premium features at a budget price. The POCO X6 Pro dominates gaming performance. The Samsung A16 5G offers the best long-term value with 6 years of updates. The Redmi 13 5G maximizes features for budget buyers, and the Pixel 8a provides flagship performance with the cleanest Android experience. Which phone would you choose? And do you think the extra money is worth it for these premium features over basic budget phones? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if this video saved you from making an expensive mistake, give it a like and hit that subscribe button for more honest tech advice that puts your needs first. And check out this next video to discover 5 budget tablets that should cost 4 times more.